Come on home now. Come on. Yeah, that's right. Good girl, Dot. You bring them home. Good girl. Come on. Come on. What are you all doing? Have you been naughty? Been off wandering? Dot? Primmy? Mystery? Cow have collected Bartlett, and now we're going to move everyone across the creek. Go across the creek, come on. Go home. Good girl. That's it. Come on, Primmy. You can do it. Yes, you can. You can do it, Prim. Come on. You can do it.
So, this is Peace, one of the wild brumbies here at a place of peace. And this is Michael, and another one of the wild brumbies. They're not looking so wild at the moment. So Peace last night had had this wire wrapped around his back leg there.
We were late doing chores because Andrew had to fix another leak. I got a call from him saying Peace is stuck in wire. So it was about 10 o'clock, so I immediately jumped in the car, whizzed up. He was very stuck in wire, and this was the wire.
When we got up here, he was wrapped in not just this, but probably another 3 or 4 meters worth of wire all around his neck and around his front legs, and it was particularly tight around that back left leg.
We always carry wire cutters in the car because, unfortunately, this does happen. Horses are known to go through fences every now and again.
So we snipped off the longer bits so that he wasn't going to step on it and make it worse. But he wouldn't let me get anywhere close to him. I couldn't get within probably 3-4 meters of him.
Peace wasn't handled. He has only just joined this herd. He's been kicked out of his own herd. And as you can see, he's little and he's very young. And he's been adopted by these two boys into their bachelor herd, and they protect him and they take care of him.
I started feeding him by hand. So we had Michael here and we had the other one over there, and they were all kind of together. Oh gosh, thanks. So I started hand feeding him.
Don't forget about me.
Yeah, I know. I'm the star. I'm the star.
It's
so
not
I started
him.
by hand feeding him. It's like having Mr. Ed. You know, it's like, I'll say what happened.
Look at the look on his face now.
We went from him eating on the ground and me trying to get close to him.
He started eating out of Andrew's hand, and
He would touch my hand when he tried to eat. And then I tried feeding him and brushing him with a different piece of a different biscuit of hay.
sort of brushed him with the hay to get him used to touch. And after a while, the horses all got full of hay and he was getting jack of all the attention. He was doing brilliantly, absolutely brilliantly. And Andrew was exhausted, so we went in and Tam and I watched a couple of episodes or something. Arrow, actually. And Andrew slept, and then I woke him up and we came up. Yeah, this was about 3 in the morning.
And then it was just really nice and slowly. I started with this, and that's all he could tolerate. And then I got to where he'd let me touch him here. And then eventually I would do this over and over and over about 10,000 times to where he'd let me get down to his leg. I got to where I could tell how it was looped, and it was just loose enough that it was looped around itself to untwist it. And from there, I was able to get it off. So this guy did so well. It was the middle of the night, and he wasn't used to being handled, and he went from being a horse who was not particularly friendly to one who was okay. being handled. It's a real achievement on his part. We're really pleased for him because it means that we'll be able to provide even better care for him. And you did really well too. You were such a help. Let him go. All right.
You're beautiful. You are so amazing. Here we are. It's been raining for days and it's very, very muddy. I'm really glad I've got four-wheel drive. And this morning it's equinox and I didn't think I was going to be able to get up to the Merlin mob up on the hill across the little creek crossing that we have. But I did, just in time. I sort of rolled out of bed and I'd already filled up the car with hay and I just zoomed up there and I was able to treat little Peace who needed treatment and do everything I needed to do. And now it's coming down and it's beautiful. It's light and it's soaking and it's beautiful. It's very, very muddy and I'm about to fill up the car again and go feed the rest of the horses. All right. And the goats and the geese and the sheep. Well, this is meant to be the worst day of flooding. I've just been down to the river. It's the highest I've ever seen it and it's raging, absolutely raging. I'm really grateful everyone's on high ground and I've caught sight of Goldie and his little group whose paddock does flood, but they've also got a hill, so they're okay, but the hill doesn't have any trees, so they're just out in it. But they looked okay. They looked very happy to see me, except I was coming to the shed, not them. I had to fill up. So now I've got to figure out how to feed them. Either way, I'm going to have to walk, and I've got some small bales for them so that I can just wade through water because they're an island now. And Merlin and his group up on the hill I can't get to. I just can't get over the ford. But they've got tons of grass and tons of shelter there. They'll be fine. I just like to spoil them, particularly in weather like this. Well, I just fed the Goldie mob. They solved the problem themselves by jumping this channel that has been created by all the water coming off from next door. But yeah, they all just jumped the channel, so they solved the problem of where I was going to feed them and how I was going to get to them. Because I tell you, I look at that flowing channel and go, maybe not. They're all good. They're shivering a little bit, but and I really feel for the Merlin group because even though they've got lots of grass, to have a nice bit of lucerne is a nice thing in these sort of events. But you know, I really can't get to them. It's finally stopped raining. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm about to go and feed everyone. You can see the creek behind me, which is why Andrew can't get home. It's huge. And down with me are all the goats. And they're all down here. And I trust them. They won't go near the river, the creek. We fed very, very well. Everyone had high ground. And it was actually interesting, even though we had masses and masses and masses of rain, it was not that hard driving rain that just, you know, destroys things. It was it went in and yes, we've got this, but everything else is fine and it wasn't too cold, so it wasn't too bad. And here comes a friend. Hello. You gonna say hello? Oh, he's a good boy. Good boy, Ollie. Anyway, we've got a bit of blue sky every now and then that's peeping through the grey, and the event is over.